Testing. Okay. Looks like this works. Sharing my screen. We are going high and higher. Okay. Let's take a look where everybody is. Looks good. Good morning, everybody. Feeling much better. Ready for another day. I'm gonna be patient for the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes until everybody joins, and then I'll go over everything from yesterday. Sound is okay? Thank you. Okay, great. Morning, Majid. Morning, Titian. Heroes. So, what the move yesterday again? Who took the afternoon orb without anybody on stream telling you or mentioning it to take it? Because actually it hit my target that I wanted to see it hit already. So that was actually a good play. I wanted to see it hit here, so that was 2.8 that you could have made. Very clean trade. Not even once coming back. I mentioned in stream that was my target in the chat and Discord. They were doing the ILM up. I entered somewhere halfway. So this is why, actually, if we see a continuation movement, that we actually always try to join. So yesterday we were in a morning session. Let me take a look. The morning session where we were 6, 7. Yeah, that's the candle. Take the 50 minutes. If we entered, would we? Yeah, we would have got stopped out. Looking back at this, actually, was a good decision to. $5. Okay. So yesterday's orb, that was the orb actually. I wanted to take it to previous day high. Oh, that previous day high, of course. We actually hit that before we had any kind of movement, and then actually we continued rallying a little bit further up. So looking back at it, actually, this was still able to take this trade even without a 1.4. Okay, it was still doable to take it. I did not because of, first of all, my target was actually this high, and I'm happy with it that I did not take it. Did anybody take it on the retest? Because we did see a retest here. As some people asked, is it still possible to take it after a retest? So actually, if you done that with the test back, that wasn't really 2 hours, so that was definitely possible to take it. So making a note of this one, that retests sometimes are possible. Now, in the afternoon, I said actually that I wanted to see continuation and longs in the morning session. And I said anything that has a nice retest of a liquidity sweep, that would be a great entry. And actually, look at this, how beautiful that was. We made a 4-hour for value gap. We actually tapped it. So if you just entered on the high of the fair value gap, put your stop, you can choose this wick or just the candle body itself, and then just go for the first fair value gap. That was that, or even London high. You could have chosen that was a 2R or a 2.4. I mentioned this in the morning session. With an hourly retracement or a 4-hour retracement, that would be great. And this was the opening candle. We actually came back into that 4-hour, and then we started rallying off. Beautiful play. So this is why we trade with trends and not against it, because to have taken this short would not have been easy. Okay, let's remove my drawings. Let's start over. I believe you just take out previous day high. Yeah. So that was previous day high here. So that was previous day high, and previous day low was here. See, we take out everything. Okay, so main thought processes. First of all, we have to go back some time to see where we're gonna get to. So these three would be my targets. So we have 3 targets if we go further upwards for today. There is also a very big possibility that we want to have a small retracement to come in one of these 4-hour for value gaps, and then to have a continuation move further upwards, like we actually saw yesterday. We made a double stacked for value gap, so we tapped both of them, and then we rallied directly off of that. The reason why they do this is actually they need these kind of liquidities to have continuation moving upwards. So we're actually at a liquidity-based, time-based staking out. So this should be a very important level. If we do not react off of it, that means that we definitely will continue to 22,739. That would be my first target. That's a high from back a few months ago, before we actually had that dip. Okay, so let's set out our range. If we do see a little bit lower prices, this should be able to get swept at a maximum. Because you can see every for value gap, the hourly even comes in, it is immediately bought back up and pushed directly higher. So there are strong buyers here, and they are not willing to let any of their profits go, so they actually keep buying it up, everything. So I would prefer longs instead of shorts. If you have a long, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to London meetup. Will be something nice to see if everybody gets together. Alho, by the way, your drawing, if you took that retest, congratulations. That was a good eye. Yeah, Euros, I did take one in the afternoon session yesterday. The orb was perfectly fine to take. So if you have no idea where we should go to after, okay, I got another 6-7 minutes. Let me go over that one again. So actually, this was that candle, I believe. Yeah, that was 9:30. So this was actually our orb range. So I know this was London's high, but if you have to take it up higher, I want to see where it goes. Let me zoom out. This 15 minute is actually very accurate. Well, am I on mute? Can somebody hear me? Somebody just said to me that I'm on mute. Okay, thank you. So what's actually easy to find new targets? If you go back in time a little bit. So here, this was actually why I targeted, what was it? 644. Yeah. So this was actually, I believe this was my target yesterday. 22.6. The top of this wick would have been perfect. I always take a little bit less. So that's just why I take the body and not the candle. That would have been my target yesterday to take. And anything you see here, a double stacked 15 minutes also. So you can or take them together or take them separately, send them out from where we came from. So say that we go to the right, extend them to the right side. So then you draw them. So this could have been a target too. So those are my first point of interest is then to take a look where we are heading to. Okay, back to the charts. So you can see the whole this area was actually those 15 minutes stacked onto each other. So if you want to take this orb long and you see that we hit the first TP already, what everybody said, just hold it and see what happens because actually we came back. We never tapped to 50%. So if you're okay with just taking them, you take, you see what happens afterwards. So we came in halfway, those 15 minutes. This could have been a target. That would not be that great perfectly. This was out. So say that you took 50%. That would have been a 1 point, only a 1. So you should have had target actually the high of this one. That would have been 1.6. And this was my target. So that would have been a 1.9. And we actually made that around 2 in the afternoon. So still looks good. And my bias is still very bullish. I am not bearish at all. Nothing on anything says that we should be even bearish. I see us hit all-time high very soon even. If we keep this up, this strength, look at how strong this is. We just tapped that 15 minute and look at how this goes. Dude, this is a strong reaction. Is there news? Oh, that's why. Actually, that's pretty similar. So strange that we have such a strong candle here. So this was a perfect plan to trade. You could have trimmed halfway and maybe one more time at the end of those 15 minutes stacked. It's not because nobody takes it. We should have changed direction because, like I said, we don't change that often direction from how the main trend is going. That's just why I don't like ILMs so much, because I always want to continue with the move does. Well, I did not take this one. I took a different trade inside. I entered, I believe, on this or this candle, one of those two. And I took it to a bit higher. I took it to here somewhere. And I made a 1.5, 1.6 I made. So still, same account. I am this month 1700, so this week we're almost there. So this would be my first target that I want to see it hit. That's liquidity all the way back on the left side. This is why these lines were here. This is a very strong push off of previous daily high. If we long, I will just continue to long. We will enter with a half to the full position. It depends on how strong the movement is. And we will just add everywhere we have possibilities to continue the move. Yeah. So you can always add, say that you wanted to do that trade, euros, just take one position, one contract, let go, see what happens. I trade with everything. So vices, I trade perfectly with all. Yeah, all-time high, I love all-time highs. That means that you can actually just fly. That means we can make a lot of money if we are on all-time high. Why would you change your Zen? I'm curious, and why would you want to change your direction at this point? Because actually we are moving up at this point. So why would you want to do a short, or why do you have the idea that we are going to change our direction? I'm curious in knowing this because I want to help.
Oh, he's asking if what would change to make it seem like it was very
Okay, so what
like
should
what would you see in the chart look like
okay, I understand. Okay, so what would I see in the charts to make it bearish at this point? If we have a daily candle closed and we have this one inverted. So if this candle comes all the way back here and it's like a complete one that goes down, then I would say, okay, we can have those 2 days downwards until this one is also inverted. I'm still bullish. It's too strong. This is actually way stronger than I expected. If all-time high is hit and we see a drop from 2%, then I could say we are possibility that was just a liquidity sweep and we need to find some other liquidity. But at this point, as long as every candle that has been printed shows so much strength, we keep it. Say that we go 5% above all-time highs or 2% above all-time highs, and we have a change in state from a weak point. So if we see a weak candle, Marcus. So if we see a weak candle that is actually inverting all of the rest, then I would say, okay, we go down. But look at how close we are. We will just rally through here. There's nothing holding us back actually. Or there should come out some media news that I actually don't like to hear. Those are also possibilities to make us change in direction. But as long as those tweets stay calm, we are good. So we took previous day high. That was a sweep, so that's good to see.
It was nice because right before New York finished, we created our fair value gap, then filled it when the market opened today, and then it pumped up to the highs again, and then it went back and filled a bunch of 15-minute gaps, and then pumped again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. So you can actually see every move, every time that we take sweep liquidity, we just continue rallying here too. So if this was supposed to be a high that was protected, we should not see a move of 18, 20 points, 25 points just directly off of it. You should see a sharp reaction back down from it. Also here we came into a 50-minute, we tapped it and we just moved directly off. So first target will be 22,739. See how we react. Main target that I want to see is all-time high. So that's 22, and that's perfectly possible today, actually. That's about 70 points, so that's actually very good doable. So 1 minute till close. Let's see if we have a close above. Stops will be at the bottom. We have for value gap stacked in here, so. And plus, this is also the last liquidity sweep before we rallied off again, so this should be a good place to put the stop. 17 seconds. We have a 19-point stop, so I mean it's $40 per contract. Do your countings, what you want. Okay, so no close. Have to be patient. And what should make me change in delivery too? So if I would have said we want to be bearish, then we should actually stop before this height here or before this liquidity and just see us very strong pushing down. So 4-hour bearish movement and a 1-hour bearish movement, and you have to stack up after each other. Then we can say, okay, now we have a small change of delivery, and then look at all for value gaps that are not being tapped yet, how they react of it. If we have, like yesterday, that 4-hour movement, like if we have a candle like this and we sweep for value gap and had such a strong movement, yeah, most of the time we just rally continue. People just don't like cash at this point, I believe. All that they have, they created and make new ones. Okay. I really need to use OBS. As long as it's good, it's good. I hope it goes up for you, Dylan. Dylan, don't worry about it, dude. It's only a contract. We've all been there. I have actually. Yeah, I do. Vices. Fayush. So sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. Pius. Thank you for helping. So 2 minutes to close. I take everything with funded and not funded. Actually, bulenox never told me I'm not supposed to, that I cannot share. So when this one is funded, you will see me take it with this one too. I'll have an extra one then. Then you will see me take it with 2 accounts here. In my top steps account, oh, it's not easy to get a hold of these guys. Who all here will go to the London meetup? That's in the... I wasn't allowed to share it by top step. That's why. It would be nice if we just filled up this gap before moving up higher. If we don't, we will take it anyway. So if we move up, I said stops will be at the low of the orb. So stop will be here. The reason why we can see we have a small 5-minute fair value gap in here, so we always take the wicks is low then. Because they are most of the time get filled back up. The market is teasing us at this point again. Anybody here joining London meetup? Except of us? Me and my wife are going anyways. One day too early. Oh yeah. Are you landing on Brussels intense? Oh, I'm from near there. Dylan. I live in Ypres at this point. So that's about an hour and 50 driving. Yeah. Or near Ypres. Actually, it's a part of Ypres, of a small part. It's like a village just lying beside it. Langs de kust. Oh, you speak Flemish. How nice. Didn't remember that one. Yeah, why not? So another 2 minutes. So it's perfectly normal now for the next 15 minutes. If we do step above, that we will fill up this 15-minute gap that it's now been created off of this. That's all perfectly normal. If we go up, I will enter a full position. So that would be 20 point stop. 40 is 40 divided by 200. It should be 5. Yeah, a max of 5 contracts. Oh, congratulations, my friend. That will be something new. If it's the first, you'll enjoy it. If it's the second, you'll enjoy it also. So of course, if it's not your first. But it does change the life a little bit once you have kids. But we choose for it. So I must. I have two, definitely. I have three. Oh, nice. Second. I have an. So we have a close. 15 seconds. 10. So that would be max of 4 contracts. I will start with 3. See if I can add another one. So that was a close. So we'll be adding 3 contracts here. So that will be a fourth. $165. Do I get a chance to add another one? I'll leave it with 4. I'm in a long position for everybody that didn't see yet. Main target would be up here. That would be all-time high. I want to add another contract if we have a small retracement maybe in here. That would be great. I can add. First TP is half fast, so I'm not going to take that. Everybody can do what he wants, of course, but I will not take any profits yet on this high. First of all, I just said that it's perfectly possible that we just come back into this range here, take out that 15-minute, plus there are also 5-minute fair value gaps in here, so a small retracement to have a continuation is always great to see. That means that the market is strong and wants to keep doing what it is doing. So stop is at 22,705. My max TP is now at 22,793. I will take a print screen, share it in chat so everybody can see it. There is a 1 hour for value gap, you said. Yeah, exactly. There is 1 hour for value gap here. It depends on what this the next 27 minutes does. If London decides to go lower, I will re-enter. I'll take a long again off of it. I'll do my 2 hours out today, so I will be 2 hours in stream at least. And if I take any other trades, I will set an alarm here if we do hit that part, I would definitely enter and just take a long off of it. Put your stops at this wick. Anywhere in this fair value gap would be a great entry. If you want to have a more secured stop, you can put them here. I will not. That would make it more than an R. So if you have less contracts in it, you can, of course. But this trade actually looks very great. If the momentum keeps going and London decides, okay, we need to push to all-time high, that would be amazing to see. There's normally nothing. That's everything shows to me that's still very bullish. So the only thing that could do something special is maybe this here at 2:30. So as long as we are before 2:30 or 1 o'clock, when these people speak, I actually don't like it. So anything until 12, we're good. After 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. So it's now 8. So that's about 5 hours from here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 hours, 4.5. So I will watch what happens here if we're still in that trade by then. It can be positive or not positive. I cannot say that. Before, of course, I don't have a glass ball or a crystal ball. If I would, I would take every trade. That's I know exactly what's good or what would happen. But for now, this actually looks like a perfect trade. We had everything that I wanted to see. So what did we do? We came up, we tapped the 15-minute before we rallied to continue. We took it. We just made a small 15-minute in here, but everything looks actually very, very strong and bullish. So if we go above 22,739 and we do not have a retracement off of that, I will add an extra 2 contracts. You will see me add it when it's possible. You can do as you please. This would be my first TP anyways, 22,739. I will not decrease or take anything off. I want to see my full TP get hit here because actually $100. So how far is actually not worth it for me to start trimming. Zie wat je hetzelfde. Waarom ik hem daar zet. So if you actually want to know why I put my TPs at these spots, you can actually go zoom out. The market to a thing for a while. And drag your screen a bit. If anybody ever has a way to do this faster, let me know. I actually don't.
Oh, you're going back to like 360K something. Really far. Wow.
Yeah, so this is actually here at December 20. So this is actually where we are now acting off. So you can see we have here equal highs manufactured. So this is why my full TP is here. So this is what I think New York will take. So here also equal highs. So I take it always a little bit below, and you can see that this is why I'm taking it here. This is all-time high, so that's even higher. So that would be all the way here. But these are actually, yeah.
If it keeps going, will you hold it all the way to those equal highs till tomorrow?
This one higher? Yeah, it's possible. That's New York does a small retracement and then has a continuation to these equal highs. If the market wants to do and take all-time high, there is nothing actually holding us back for doing it. But if anybody ever knows how to do this faster, except of dragging, let me know, because
So down down there at the bottom, you see right next to where you were right below the little calendar looking thing, next to where it says 1 day, 1 year, 3 months, years.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, here.
See that little calendar?
Yeah.
To the right, the little calendar.
Oh, here, this one.
The other way. There's a little calendar on it that has an arrow. You click on that, and then you can select the day and time that you're going to go to.
Ah, nice. Now I learned something new. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I got tired of scrolling and found that the other day.
Thank you. That will help a lot. So I think I believe everybody just learned something new. So if somebody never used that, that's a good trick. I actually didn't see who was speaking. Who was speaking actually?
Oh, we were talking about how to find previous data on here without scrolling all the way to the left to find it.
Yeah.
Calendar,
so here,
search for a specific date that we're talking about.
yeah. So if you press this button, you can type the date if you know where this liquidity came from, so that you can revisit it. So now actually we hit our first TP. So you can see that was my first draw of liquidity. And now I want to see how we react off of this partial. Now there's a good possibility that we first take out this 15 minutes. You can see even now how accurate these are. Who's still in with me? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've been practicing what you said about not moving your stop loss or take profit.
Yeah, and
so when Nasdaq opens for the day, I take one contract when the orb of the opening range for the day breaks out, and I've been holding it all the way until London. And it's for the last 3 days, I've been making pretty good money off of it. It's from a 15-minute range from when Nasdaq opened. It's so long. It takes so much patience not to move my stop loss from my TP because it goes way down and way up. But, yeah, right now I've got it down at the orb break, so I'm up like 400 right now.
Oh, nice. See, I love. See, this is what people.
Before I was moving my stop loss, and I was losing money. I was losing money like a lot.
So this is nice for everybody to hear. So this is why actually I wanted you to all to do this exercise. And I was just going to ask who actually still is doing it. So congratulations, guys, that you're doing it, because this will actually.
Now I just have to not move my take profit. Sometimes it takes so long. I'm just like I just get out of the trade. It just takes too long.
Yeah, but if you feel comfortable by just taking profit somewhere, it's okay. So if you say, okay, we made 2R today, it's a nice profit. So you're only in with one contract, so you cannot say I can't take one off here. So that's the downside. But the good thing is that you're doing it. So
I've been adding too as it goes up, and like I'll see it go to a fair value gap, and I know that it's gonna bounce on the bottom of it. And once it bounces, I'll put a order there, and I'll add contracts to it. So I've added 4 so far throughout the day.
Oh, nice.
So pretty nice.
So you're learning 2 things together. You're doing adding, and you're leaving your stop and your TPs. Wow, congratulations, man. You will make it as a trader.
Hopefully.
No.
My funded last week because I had my stop loss in the wrong place, and it didn't hit it or something. But now that I'm starting this new combine, I'm already almost past one. Pretty nice.
See, just take it slow. You will do fine. So just put it into your notes how many times you've done it. So we said 40 times. I want to see that you get at least one payout out of those 40 times if you can leave it.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That will definitely happen. So for everybody that was listening, so there was a challenge that I'm doing with everybody, and that's leaving our stops and our TPs and see which one gets hit. The reason why I'm doing this is for everybody to let go of your trades, because if we trade in London, a pre-London session, we can be in here for 5 hours sometimes. So there is no use for sitting behind the charts for 5 hours. It's just better than to let go and to do something different, because we are here to have more freedom and not to sit more behind the charts than we should, because then we are eager to press buttons and do something that's not so smart. And I've done it before. I'm just doing it. I'm just helping you all out to learn something off of this, because it's not easy to let go of all your trades in the beginning. But if you can master that skill before you adding too many contracts or wanting to grow and scale, that's actually a very great way to learn it. Just to do it and see what the outcomes gives. I'm 100% sure that
The scaling is nice too. If you can scale, that's great. Because I just leave it and I'll go play video games or something, and then I'll come back in a few hours, or I'll set it
yeah.
set alerts,
Mm-hmm.
and it alerts you when it goes to that level, and you just come back and check on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's very good if you can do that. Only yesterday the orb came back all the way, so if you were still in it from the morning session, you would have got stopped out on that 4 hour wick.
The yesterday when it went down to bounce, actually I had mapped it out where it bounced exactly.
Yeah.
So there was a fair value gap there.
Mm-hmm.
So my stop was below that, so it didn't kick me out of the trade.
Very good, very good. So that was actually where I entered the.
Yeah, I just gave it like 5 extra points, and it held the trade all the way through. But I saw it go all the way down, and I was like, oh man, it was close.
Yeah, but this is also good to that you can actually see now where you have to put your stops, because that's also a very important thing to learn from and to master where stops are and where they need to be placed at certain levels. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations.
the other thing where you go to the fair value gap and it doesn't close all the way through the fair value gap, does it still count?
Yeah,
Or no? If
yeah,
it goes like almost to the bottom?
yeah. It still counts.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
this one can still be completely filled up, because if you zoom in, you will see that we have a lower time frame still for value gaps left in it. So most of the times, then let me take a one. I believe you can still see. Look here, we have 2 untapped 1 minute still in here, so this can still get filled up. So we have one here, a small one, and then this small gap actually is something I actually don't like seeing. So these small little gaps.
Equal lows too below that. We have equal lows at 22,687 start.
22,600 and oh yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. To the right. Yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Where you were, yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, but those three, these all line up as one for me. So I take those all together. So if it only is like 1 point difference, you can count these also as equal. Yeah, if you zoom this out, you can hardly not see it. So just count them as both. But in the 15 minute, that was actually a stop. So this is actually where our stop is now. Oh no, that was lower. So here, yeah, you can count this up as one. Oh, there is a possibility that we sweep this in New York session before we go up, but I would say this trade looks very beautiful. Look, and look how beautiful this.
So bullish that I haven't expected any type of retracement or major shorts going on in the last few days. Unless we get some kind of like crazy news and we
Yeah, I believe we will go up continuously at this point. As long as money is being printed, the market will go up. So as long as they don't shut down the printing machines, the market will just keep rallying, because the people that do have money that cannot print, they don't want to be in cash, so they need to put it in something, and they want to put it in something that at this point is bullish and not as something that goes down. So every market at this point is very bullish, except of crypto. That's a bit sideways, but for the rest, everything looks very bullish. So we just keep riding the wave until we see a change in delivery, and then we will have maybe 1 or 2 trades that will not go great, and then afterwards we can say, okay, now we change direction and we can start shorting.
this candle just inverted to the 15.
Yeah, this actually looks beautiful. So you saw we filled up a 5 minute and now we continued. We got about 10 minutes to open. If this one stays above here, we will just continue to rally up. Somebody asked if I should have added. Yeah, this would actually be, if this 5 minute now closes nicely above here, that would be a great place. I would prefer even more if we hit this inside the 22,719 to add here to the continuation, but we will see. So everybody that makes some gainings, please share them also in Wall of Gains. Somebody asked me the last time, so Evan asked me if I want to go to main stage soon, because we are now actually almost at full capacity, I believe, with people in here. So it could happen that I'm going to move from here to main stage, so you don't need to share screens anymore.
You're gonna stream on YouTube, no?
Yeah, I am streaming on YouTube, but I mean that I'm going here on Discord on main stage. So instead of here, that I would go to Playbit Square instead. Yeah, because the last time Evan had somebody sent them that there are only 99 people allowed together in a group. So we were with more than 99 people and somebody could not join. So it's not fair for them that they cannot join. So they asked me to move up. I'm happy that you guys enjoy these streams. Oh, and thanks you all for supporting my channel. I'm growing to above 700. Happy to hear it. I believe I was on 700 and a bit. So we're still at this. So if this was a bullish 5 minute, I would have added. This one does not look bullish now, so we probably will trace to this little gap here. Let's see what this next 9 minutes gives us. By the way, then we also have opening from London. But at the moment, everything looks perfectly fine. So just take it easy. Let the trade do its thing. We are nicely capital preserved. So we only took 1.7, 1.75 as entry. So and how long have you been trading, Kush?
Probably here. Probably the beginning of March, I think. I was doing a little bit better before March. I got funded the end of May.
From this year?
Oh no, sorry, the end of April. Yeah, this year.
That's the first time you That's the first time you traded ever?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're doing very good.
I'm doing okay. I blew a few, but I've just been like I'm looking at videos and learning, and I've been doing Orb a lot. Orb was really good, and then my problem was I kept moving my stop losses, and it was affecting me a lot. Like, at first, I wasn't moving them. Then we had volatile news from Trump tweets and things, and it reversed really quickly. So I kind of got like a little PTSD, and I started losing my stops all the time.
Okay.
And it got a lot worse for me. Then it got better when I stopped losing stops. So.
So you learned some.
I've been working, so I've been trading for the last few months, trying to do the hang of it. I've been doing all right.
Yeah, but that's great to hear. That you're actually doing very good if you're only trading like for 3, maybe 4 months. So I'm doing this for 5 years, and still I sometimes make human errors. So it happened to me also. It's been happening in the stream twice that I moved stops, but I should not have moved, and we got stopped, and actually it ran down to TP. So this is also a reason why I'm doing this together with all of you, to show you that you actually make more profits by just by actually seeing where the market wants to go and just following the stream from the market and leaving your stops, because They are there for a reason, first of all. Second of all, we choose how much we put in. So if you're not that comfortable by putting 4 contracts in, put 2, maybe 1 inside until you are comfortable by just letting your trade go. Even if you only put 1 contract in from here, and you let it run to full TP, that's 60 points, 70 points. So that would be half, at least a half R that you make for giving what? For giving the half of that. So if you're not comfortable yet by letting go directly, that's one way to do it. But this will actually make you profitable very much in the long run. Just make sure if you're doing a London session or pre-London session that you do move your stops a little bit when you get to New York session based, because the openings from New York can be very volatile, especially in a very bullish momentum. The reason why is they can just come back to retrace to a fair value gap just below it and then continue the move. So it's then better sometimes to take some profit off the table when you're in it, put your stop then to entry pace so that you have your profit. If you do get stopped, you can also re-enter and continue the move further if it decides to move further up.
Yeah, New York is crazy because we get like 10 points on a candle is a lot for anything that's not New York. A 10-point candle is crazy, but in New York, it's less like 50, 60-point candles.
Yeah,
It's kind of wild.
yeah, that's exactly. But also our stops are much smaller. So if we have a stop, we have like what, a $10 stop, and if you have New York based, you have sometimes a 60, 70 point stop. So that's 1 contract maximum that you can put in. Here we can put 4 or 5 contracts in. So if New York decides to rally continuously without taking liquidity and joining us, then we have like a huge momentum. Say if we have 4 contracts in, if we move an extra 60 points up, that's a nice gaining for us. So this is why London is actually the most profitable trading part, because you have the whole day stretched out that you can actually continue one movement.
And it's nice too because usually, if it's been up all day and it needs to go down, then usually it happens in Asia. And Asia will go down, it'll take liquidity, and by the time you get to London, it's already taken the liquidity and it can get ready to pump, you know?
Yeah. It depends also where we at a certain point, because actually London loves to take out Asia before continuing a move too sometimes. Or if we have no, let me say it differently. If we see London sweep Asia, there is possibility that we have a reversal at some point. A small reversal, not a big one, but a small one. So we're still at that first TP of mine. We're hanging around here a little bit. But
Have you always traded
no, I always traded higher time frame liquidities. So I always trade higher time frame entries and continuation movements off of that.
Yeah, I've just been doing orb. I was doing ILNs, but I prefer to do orb and then use ILNs as like a way to tell if it's reversing or as a sign that it's
Yeah, same. I prefer orb. Reason why, first of all, one, you don't need to overthink it. So actually, you just need to follow a plan, and it's a very easy plan. Once we breach, we could have a continuation movement. So if we have a continuation movement, it goes great. If it does not continue the direction we want, we will get stopped sooner than later, of course. Anyways, you do not need to watch bias. You do not need to watch any liquidity sweeps or retracements or something. So we have actually an orb is a very easy strategy for new traders. Actually, I did not learn about this until I joined Playbit. So I usually traded the 4-hour. I waited on a 4-hour retracement, something like this. I would put my entries at the top of the fair value gap, wait until it hits. I put my stop under it or under here to be protected, and then move it continuations without even thinking where my TP would be. I would just let it run.
wow.
Yeah, in crypto,
That takes some patience.
yeah, it takes patience, but it makes a lot of money too. The only thing is, in prop firms we cannot. So in prop firms we have at the end of day, so we cannot continue moving. In crypto we do not have stops ever, so we could just can let it run for weeks, months at a time. But then we also wait until we have a nice sweep of liquidity. So after you had like, then I just used the RSI when it was at the bottom and I saw a huge sweep of liquidity. I just entered, I let it run. It was very easy. Some people just make it complicated, but then you also have to have a lot of patience afterwards and set your brain off by not wanting to watch the chart every second, and also be okay with what you give to the market. So once you decide you want to give like $100 per trade, be okay with it. If you want to give $200 per trade, be okay with it. See it as educational money. If you made some, you made a nice gaining. If you did not, you learned something. It's also cheaper than having to pay a mentor for 10K. So until you have to, if until you have to spend 10K to the market, it's cheaper than that, anyways. And I had a few mentors. Did not learn a lot from them. Some I learned something, but most of them not really. So if you're new to trading, what would I recommend? ICT 2022, I believe. Yeah, that was a great session that I learned a lot from. What time-based liquidity is, and just remove the noise he makes, because he actually speaks a lot of not positive words and blames a lot of other people except of himself. But after except of that, he's actually a good trader. And then I also joined Casper's mentorship, so I'm also in that part. I learned some parts from him too, especially the 3 days I learned from him. So that you have accumulation, distribution, and manipulation. Something I learned from him. His course is very wide and very informative, but he actually doesn't trade any strategy. He actually enters on movement of candles. So I got very distracted when I started trading with him. So I stopped doing it because I actually was doing the same afterwards, and I saw that if we have a sideways movement, I would give way too much back to the market. So I stopped, and I just then found playbit here and joined these people. And then I learned the orb strategy, and I said, oh, this is something actually I can teach everybody.
It's definitely easier trading with a higher time frame liquidity than it is looking at low time frame stuff. So
Yeah, I used to trade a minute candle. So if you trade this, you get very your brain uses a lot of energy, and it takes you everywhere except of the way that you want to go.
some people were trying to tell me before too to trade on the 15 second. And man, that shit will make you lose your hair.
Yeah. That's
God.
same for me. I prefer to do something else, some cooking, some reading in the meantime, and then to have some patience than do this in one time. So that would not be my thing. So people can do it. So Nix is very good at it. So congratulations to him that he can do it. But it's actually something I know 99% of traders will never do, or 80% of traders will never do, because people that make the most money are not snipers. They are high time traders. So they just learn to let go of things. Yeah, scalpers are. I never seen a scalper be a millionaire. So I have seen higher time frame people be millionaires, but scalpers I never have. So if you have to pick, you can start with scalping because you have multiple trades that day and that you can make it easier for yourself. But if you want to take it for the long run, I would say go for day trading or week trading or swing trading, because that is where the big money is, because you have to be patient more.
Yeah.
So everybody that's in the trades, you can see that I have not yet added. The reason why is because I wanted to see a nice close. We did not have that close here. So now if we do have a retracement, because we are just opening London, we did sweep time-based liquidity here. So remember that. because this is actually opening London now, and we swept Asia. For me, this is still Asia. So now I want to see what this candle will do. The only thing is, like we said, we are actually at the bottom of that 1 hour. So
It's been pumping for a while too, so it's probably it may sweep a couple of these 15-minute fair value gaps before it pumps again.
Yeah, perfectly fine. So like I said, if I do get stopped here, I will look for a re-entry to have a continuation movement further. So I will be patient. We'll not do anything special. We'll not take any contracts off. We'll just leave it like it is. I'm happy where I put everything, and then see what happens. Like I said before, it's perfectly fine that we come into this one here. If we do have a tap and have a fast reaction off of it, I would add, of course. No, I did not add. You can actually see my screen, people. So if you see 4 contracts and it stays on 4 contracts, I'm not adding. I am speaking. It's always nice to have somebody else joining the conversation, and I'm not speaking to myself constantly. You should check out my friend's YouTube, some great swing trading bits, but a good view on the market.
I'd be playing Black Ops right now, but it makes me lag when I'm in Discord for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe because there's so many people in here.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I believe we have 99 people in here. Where can I see that? How many people that are in here? No, that's not 99. Because Owen asked me to share how many people there were in. So can somebody tell me if they can see it where? How many
It
that?
doesn't show the number. Usually it only shows the number if you limit it, because coming in below us is 0 out of 99. If you don't set a limit, it's supposed to be unlimited. I don't know how many people can watch one stream though. That might be the issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, therefore my stream is still up. So if you follow YouTube and you listen to Discord, you can hear both. So anybody that's new here and never used this strategy, I do pre-orb range setting. So I actually come on stream an hour before opening of the market of London, and then I take an orb range from 50 minutes, and then I enter just on a breakout of 5, the same like you would enter a normal orb, and then we are having patience until one of the 2 targets are hit. My take profits, I actually find them way back, so somewhere in December from last year. I'm now taking measurements from there, liquidities that should hold us back, or if there still are stops there. But for now, actually, this trade looks perfectly fine. Everything looks good. If we have a good trade, we can be here for the next 2-3 hours. If we don't have a good trade, we will probably get out of it most of the times in less than an hour. We are, I believe, Friday today. We're not. Yeah, we are Friday today. So if we have no wick yet on top, okay, so something maybe a lot of people don't know yet. I hate those. So on a weekly candle, you normally see always a top. You always see a top and a bottom wick. So actually, these wicks are very important. So on a Friday, we will have a wick. So now we took out liquidity from here. Oh, I didn't even know that it was a week. So we just took out liquidity from 17 February 25. So that's already some time back. Now the next stop would be just before all-time high and then have a wick. A little bit wick down before we close the market. Because a weekly candle always has an upper and a bottom wick. So remember that always. So that we always have two sides on a candle that has wicks. If we are constantly moving up and we don't have a top wick before the closing, that actually almost never happens. So always remember, if we are at the end of the week, like a Friday, we close the markets at the evening. So make sure after a sweep of liquidity that you actually put your take profit near that part so that you are almost at the top of that wick. And if you ever see a candle like this one, if you ever see a candle without a wick and it's a 4 hour, you can be 100% sure that it will get swept. From a 4 hour standpoint, because actually you almost never see that too. If you do find them with no wicks on it, they probably will go back. How do you detach from a trade? I found it uneasy holding trades for many hours. Okay, yeah, you can just easiest way is just close your books and do something else. That's the most easy way. So if you want to be done with it, just put your stop loss now. And if you're not feeling comfortable by leaving 4 contracts in, okay, make it 2 then. Make it a half. And just do it where you're at this point comfortable and just let go of it. Do nothing. Come back in an hour or 3. And at the beginning, it will not be easy, but the more you do it, the easier something gets. It's the same from riding a bike. It's the same from reading a book. It's the same for anything that you do. How more you do it, the easier it gets. So that's why I made the challenge for 40 trades, actually, to do this. So if you can do this for 40 trades, you will be able to do it always. But do it like...
And that 4 hour candle that you said, the flat bottom,
Mm-hmm.
it's the top of the range for the New York org from yesterday. That 467 is a 4 hour candle with a flat bottom.
Ah, yeah, see? Yeah.
That's the orb range, the top of the orb range for New York.
Yeah, but it has a small wick. Look, if you can zoom in.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. You can hardly see it when you zoom out, but yeah. But if you zoom in and it has nothing under it, then it's actually a place where the market loves to come back to. I'm not muted. People should be able to hear me. So you should go to settings if somebody does not hear me. Oh yeah, not easy. Maybe type it.
Usually on Fridays we're pretty during New York session we're pretty flat. Occasionally there's a good Friday where it pumps, but since we're near all-time highs, we think it's just going to keep pumping.
Yeah, we could keep pumping. So what do I actually see? If London is sideways, we normally have a good movement in New York session, and if it's the other way around, if London has a very great movement, New York starts to be more sideways to make liquidity. So it's or London that has a great movement, or it is New York spaced that has a great movement. It's actually rather happens that they both have together a great movement. That's something very strange, but it's you can actually very much see it that it correlates to each other. So, like I said, Leon, Nea. So, how to detach? Practice. That's the biggest thing. So, do it. Just put one contract in and let go. See how it feels and see the outcome. Because the outcome on 40 trades from now, starting, you will see that it has a huge difference in how much you make by the end.
The best way is that you just don't touch it. So the stop loss are too.
Yeah. And do in the beginning where you feel comfortable in, and then if you feel too comfortable after 20 trades with one contracts, put two in it, and until you feel a little bit discomfort again. Because if it's getting too easy, it's better to add just one. Discomfort is good because then you're growing. So that means that you are getting new set of feelings when you're trading, and once you get used to those again, that means that you can add again and again. So this is the way that you can grow also as a trader, not by putting max risk at the first time, but just by adding in the longer term, in the longer period of time. So this 15 minutes looks a bit sideways. Not the best looking 15 minute, but still okay. Let's see if we swept. We didn't came into any fair value gaps yet, so still looks okay. So we still have one more fair value gap just below that wick that we just created. So it's still possible that we come to that low. Just be patient, like I said. We can be here for a few hours. I'm still here for 45 minutes, so anybody has questions, just ask. You can unmute yourself too and just ask it by your mic if you want to. It's fine too. Know that I'm here like all of you. Still, I'm still a paying customer, so somebody that did not know this yet. I'm doing this out of my free spare time to help you grow a bit faster. I would love that somebody did that for me too when I was starting out. I did not have the greatest mentors at the beginning, where I learned crypto from. These people were not traders; they were actually holders, and one of them was a great teacher, but that one got out of the company before I started learning trading exactly. So I had to learn it from myself. And the best way where I actually learned how to find liquidity, I did not know the name back then, but it's actually the Candlestick Bible. That actually shows you a lot where liquidity is. So they show you exactly where support and resistance are, and those are the main places where big higher time frame liquidity is. So this is actually how you can also find these spots. So if you've never done it, please go read it. It's free. You can find a PDF online. Study it a bit. It helps you learn where liquidity is, and it will also let you see how much continuation movements we have instead of reversal movements. So if you're a day trader like me and you actually only have 2 trades a day, so which time frames do we look at? So time frames. I would watch the 4 hour to see then for the 1H. 15-minute, and an entry at a 5-minute minimum, maximum. So these time frames I use the most. It does happen sometimes I take a 1 minute as an entry, but that's actually almost never happened for me in the last few months. Yeah, of course. If you don't want to read it, I made a course out of it. It's on my YouTube channel. Send me a DM and I'll send it to you if you want to watch it. It's on the private sector, so you can't see it on my channel itself. It starts from video 7, I believe, about the candles, what they are, how they create, how they look. It's actually good to know what some candles mean and where there are important ones and how they are formed. So we're watching a chart with candles, if somebody did not know that yet. And each candle has its own story. Let me go to my channel for a second.
So Archie, this is John does pre-London orb. So he'll go an hour before London open, and then the first 15 minutes he'll wait for a breakout, and then he'll take the trade on the first 5-minute break of the orb range, and then he'll wait for London, and then to see if London continues in the same direction and has a break outside of that range, to show that it's going to continue in the same range, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, nicely explained. Where do I see these live playlists? So put it in chat. So somebody asked for those videos. Yeah. This is me when I started trading. So it starts from video 7. Anything in front of that, you just need to learn, first of all, what kind of trader you are. Do you want to be a scalper, day trader, swing trader? It all has to do with how much time you want to spend after the charts. It's very important that you do know what kind of trader you want to be. This will help you in the long run. And if you want the information about how I trade this setups, Archie, I'll give you the info again. Who did I send this to last time? Yeah. Just the info on this strategy that I take. If you want to speak directly to me, Archie, send and add John to it so I can see it pop up, because my chat room is not always open. If I'm watching the chart, I prefer to just keep my eyes on it. So we're almost at 1 hour here. So people, if you want to take a trim, you can. Oh, here goes that 1 hour. So it's your choice.
Whoa. That candle just popped.
So that's the 1 hour that we are now at. So if you want to take a trim here, go ahead. Now we should not actually come back here. So if we do come back here, that would not be great. So if you want to de-risk a contract, perfectly fine, people. We are at 1 hour and a little bit, so the reason why, Archie, that I'm taking this pre-orb London session is because if London decides to join the pre-orb session, we actually have the whole move from London with us. So this is why we try to do it this way, or that I do it this way. Don't ask me how I got the information. It was through meditation that I just got this, and I just started testing it, and actually it worked very nice.
You know, and I learned from your model too. If you do the pre-London into London, I've just started watching from Nasdaq when it opens to all the way to London and past, and you get to see how the market reacts and what their value gaps are and how what levels to look out for. It helps a lot to be in the market before the market opens. Actually, like just watching it, like when you come on the pre-London into London, that's a nice strategy.
Yeah, I don't believe many people do it this way. I believe they always wait until actually the opening comes and then move with it. Of course, there's always a possibility if you do pre-session that it goes the other way also, but it's just the same. So anybody that wants to just end the trade here, perfectly fine, people. So that would be a great DP, just 1 hour, nicely to take with you. If you haven't made that much profits this week, it's a good place to de-risk. Again, telling you one more time, it's a good place to de-risk. It's okay if you want to take some off the table, but just leave your stop where it is. So do take some profits, but leave your stop where it is. So leave at least one contract in until we hit full TP. And if it hits your stop, you would still be in profit anyways. So now after this sweep, we swept again. So I'll explain what I want to see now next. We have a 5 minute in here that can be tapped. I actually do not want to see us come back to my entry. If we do that, I'm quite sure that we will get fully stopped. But at this point, everything looks very beautiful. This is a very strong 15-minute candle after a retracement into a fair value gap. And now we have a continuation of this movement. If you sometimes feel discomfort, in a trade, learn to recognize the emotions, write them down, see why you're having emotions. Why did you want to take profit sooner than it hits your TP? Why did you want to move your stop? Why did you not feel comfortable? Write it down because it will help you in the long run. And also after the trade, examine them. So what do I mean by that is, was the feeling that I had accurate at what was happening at this point? So actually nothing happens any time that we trade. We're just sitting behind the chart and there's something from candles moving. It does make an internal feeling. I know it because I felt it too before. At this point, I just recognize them and I just let go of them. It's easier, especially if it's the morning session. It's easier for me than the afternoon session. I do have to agree with that too. So for me, it's easier to trade mornings than afternoons because I'm fresh. My mind is very clear. Some people trade better in the afternoon. It depends on how you are, of course. So it's always subconscious mind that gets the best answer. Yeah, this is why I trade. This is why we still. Good morning, Trading Motivation. Nice to see you join us. Did you take the trade too? If you did, congratulations. You don't need to say it's not better to take partials. You need to take sometimes profit too. If you don't take profit at all, you will never get there anyways. So do it like you feel good with at the beginning, but just leave one contract in. So it's not because you take now half of the table that you're not a good trader. No, you took profit. So you make profit. The only time that you can take profit is in the now situation. So when we're back down here, it's not easy to take profit. Well, as long as we're up here, you can take profit.
So basically, too, if you have multiple contracts and you're selling contracts, you're de-risking your trade.
Yeah.
So like if it does reverse and hit your stop loss, you've already made a little bit of profit from selling those contracts off.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happens to reverse, you did break even without having to lose your stop.
So that's why you can de-risk. This is also a reason why we can take multiple trades then. So nicely explained, Kash. Thank you for the help. Appreciate it. So you can see that I actually try to stay on a higher time frame also. So this 55 seconds, if we have a candle like this and it stays this big in the next 50 seconds, that would be a very nice bullish candle after a sweep, after the liquidity sweep here. And this one, that is just a continuation movement here. I do want us to stay above the next 50 seconds above this wick. So we'll see what happens. Be patient. I said it multiple times, so if you just de-risk a little bit, it's okay, people. Same for me. So look, I'm now in 3 days or 4 days in this, and I'm almost on 2K now. So if I now close the trade, I'm on 2K, so that means I can stop for the day. I don't need 3-4 hour. I'm also happy with 1 hour. This is with never over risking, always proper money management size, because I took one loss, I believe, this week in the days. Yeah, so yeah, I have one of 98 and all the rest is actually normal trades that we have. I started this live with all of you, so this account. So now we can have a little bit of retracement into this gap, perfectly fine. And then I want to see a direct continuation movement off of that. Ja, het er eigenlijk 2 uitgehaald en het er 2 bij gestoken. Okay. See, everybody can make a human not correct movement. So same here, my wife is sitting beside me and she's took a partial of her contracts and except of removing contracts, she was adding to them. So a stop got a bit higher or entry got a bit higher. It happens.
It happened to me earlier.
Yeah, it
I
happened.
tried to draw a line and I clicked the wrong button on the mouse and it bottomed the contract.
Yeah, it still happens to me too sometimes. So be okay with it. And if you don't feel comfortable, then directly close the trade and be done with it for the day. It's okay. So now I don't want us to go under here, actually. I actually want to see us continue this movement now. Yeah, I don't want to see a retest.
This is retesting orb high for London right now.
Yeah, so that's okay, but because we had a 5 minute here, we still are cleaning off this 15 minutes. So this candle can be filled up completely to the wick. But because of this movement, I now want to see us continue, because otherwise we will have a very strange looking 1 hour. So actually, see this in my head already. So I know how the 1 hourly looks. So I don't want us to close all the way back to that orb range, because then we took liquidity, we swapped it again, and then we needed a little bit more liquidity to go downwards. Yeah, I have all day, so I'm okay. So in the first 5 minutes to 7 minutes of a trade of a candle that opens, it's perfectly fine that it comes back down, because that is the manipulation phase of the candle. So that it's showing us actually where it does not want to go. After we have a accumulation phase, that means that the candle will go a little bit sideways. And then last few minutes we have distribution. But that is one big 3-minute candle. So anybody that took some partials, be happy that you took some, because up here you were still able. Now down here, it's not that much worth. If we do come back all the way to my entry, I will de-risk a contract. Because then I
might just be going to this 15-minute gap right here.
Yeah, or that 1 hour down here.
Mhm.
So this is why I would de-risk just one. It saves a few points, of course, from my capital too. This is why I also. So the reason why there are two reasons why I have small losses is because I dare to de-risk when the trade is not going correctly, and I dare to add when the trade is going correctly. So I do the opposite of most people. Most people add to a not winning trade and are de-risking very fast when the trade goes correctly. And this is how we have actually small wins and not big wins. And I want to do the opposite. So I want to always have big wins and very small losses. So now we re-entered actually. And I believe that was a failure of the London orb. Then, yeah. Good morning. Yeah, that was a failure of the London orb. Oh,
What, did it go below?
yeah, I go.
Oh, no, it wicked it. It wicked it, right? It has to close below the below.
If somebody puts a stop on the London orb 50%, that was just go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should have got stopped. So if we do had same for London orb, if we have a fair value gap inside, so see we still have a 1 minute down here, I would have put my stop at the bottom. Correctly, Haliana.
Everybody out real quick.
Yeah, that's perfectly possible. So that is why if you ever do an orb range in London or pre-orb London, I always watch if there are fair value gaps inside and put the stop under the last fair value gap that's not been tapped yet. It's a good information for everybody that wants to start doing this. Ask somebody, what's the reason for your TP level? Okay, the reason for my TP level is actually, if we go back, we'll have to do this again.
In New York, 50% is fine because sometimes it usually doesn't go there, but these orb ranges are pretty small, so 50% isn't enough.
Yeah. So first TP was actually this level here. So that was from February. That was a weekly high also. So if you put the weekly chart inside, you will see why. And if we go a bit further back, so I was December 28, I believe. Yeah, here. So these are my next TP levels. So we had, I believe we have a small 5-minute fair value gap in here. And this is that high that we have equal highs. So there is big possibility that we will sweep these equal highs. And I put my TP just below that. If we would watch a little bit further, we have again an equal high up here. And this is all-time high. So this is why my TP is at this level. I believe it's also a 1 hour or a 4-hour candle high, or just below that 4-hour candle high. I never take the high. The high, I always take it a little bit less because I want to be in profit. Sometimes it just sweeps and then moves lower before taking the TP. So this is why. The next 6 minutes will definitely show if we have a continuation, yes or no. All will be online for the next 20 minutes, of course. after those 20 minutes, I will end the stream. I've been online for 2 hours then. Yeah, we had a retest of 50% orb range correctly, Andrea. If you want to test it and you want to do it in a fast way, Janix, you can go to Tradezilla and use the code COSPER2024. So you can have it for free back testing. You get a 1 month time that do it and just take your Visa card off of it and you will not get rebuilt. I shifted from Topstep to Bulenox. Actually, I can't get in my Topstep account because they got hacked. They changed my passwords, but the email address of that was registered, I can't get in it anymore because it was on my company, and I closed that part. So again, if we tap, I will decrease the contract. Just protecting capital, because if we have a sharp reaction and we come back lower, I don't want to be liquidity because we are just above a 1 hour for value gap. I can always re-add, but I cannot take off when I'm in drawdown, of course. So this is now the 1 minute that we are in. So this one taps and it hits the orb range. I will de-risk. So it needs to hit the orb range for me because this is that protected low. I will even de-risk 2 sell. That is to maintain our capital protection. If you did make some profits when you were up here, congratulations. It was a good time to trim. So again, if we hit our orb range and we sweep this liquidity, I will de-risk 2 contracts. Because then I believe that there is a big possibility that we come to that hourly low, and I don't want to be that hourly low's liquidity. So that makes it less than a half hour that we put into it, so we definitely have a big chance then to re-enter. Drauf mal uit.
How much R did you make last?
How much R did I make? What? Last month. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look. I made 55, 56, 65, sorry. No, 56, yeah. In Belgium, we 56.6. This month, I'm on 34.
Pretty good. These last 2 months have been pretty coffee. I think the London orb has been a lot better.
Yeah, but it depends on. Actually, this is actually why if we have London Up was much better than New York, but these stats are just by de-risking a lot. So, like I said, if market comes back down, I would de-risk directly to contracts. I want A to the market if I can give only 0.4. Because I'm 100% sure if we do come back down and we tap that 1 hour, I can re-enter and just take a long from it. So it's easier to make an R from that back here down here than if my up here. So I'm okay by letting a trade go. So I've learned this also. The reason why I can't de-risk it completely is because I said I would do 40 trades with my stop and my TP where it is. So now we came actually in that last 1 minute for value gap. So we came up, we tapped our last minute for value gap. You will see here.
Well, but not moving your stops was pretty good too. I remember, I don't know if it was this week or last week, there was one trade where it came within like 2 points of your stop loss and it pumped all the way up to the TP.
Yeah, so that's the reason why they are at that location too. They should be protected because they are fair value gaps inside and at the wicks low, at previous wicks low normally. So, but this one it's not possible. So we do have, look here, a 15-minute fair value gap that can get tapped. And actually, the sad thing about this one is that this one does not have a wick that's bigger. So if this one should have a wick bigger, we should have taken this one. But because this is on the candle itself has the biggest wick, we need to take the candle itself. The only thing is that there is also still a little bit for value gap left in this one. That's not been tapped yet. But this 15-minute actually does not look that great because we just took time-based liquidity. We inverted it. This is a bearish unfungled candle. So that means that this one is bigger than the previous one, and it looks like this one shows us it wants to take some form of liquidity before continuing the move. Again, I say it one more time before we do it. If we hit the orb, its range, I will decrease. I will take 2 contracts off. So again, for everybody, if we hit our pre-orb range, I will decrease 2 contracts. It's just to maintain our capital.
Yeah, I can hear you, Guapo. John might have you do that. John, you have Guapo muted.
Oh, I have no idea. I could not. Yeah, I have a lot of people muted here for the whole server because some people just don't remember to put the mute on.
What was the question, Guapo?
Re-entering if no downside happens. Talking about only how the fair value gap just below the 50% the daily range.
This one. Yes. So we have one here, a 1 hourly for value gap. That's still possible to get tapped before we have that continuation move.
And the entry for you for entering there would it just be based on market structure? Because obviously the org there likely failed.
Yeah. So this would actually be just a retracement of the continuation of the movement. So what would I do? I would actually not even wait until we have a change or look at it. Just enter with a limit, put your stop under this wick, and then just write it back to the high that we last formed. So at least to that high now. I would not look at it, how to enter it. I would just immediately enter it when it hits this value gap. The only thing is that we have a 4-hour below. So if this one should not work, the 1 hourly, probably then we are heading for this 4 hourly, and then I would do the same here again.
Obviously, you guys are training the models, but in terms of like your wider projection for what you guys can see NQ doing, looking at the news and what's going on, what do you guys see happening since we're pretty close to all-time highs? Obviously, some people saying, we're going to make new highs. Some people saying, potentially we could retrace back to key levels. What are your guys' opinions?
First of all, I see it day by day. So at this point, it looks very bullish. If you watch daily, you cannot say that there's anything not bullish on these candles. So you can actually just see them print huge amount of volume.
If you look at it this way, the Nasdaq came down to K, and in just a few months, it went all the way back up to where we are now.
Yeah, I feel like the displacement of is kind of crazy.
Yeah, as long as we don't hit all-time highs, I am just taking it step by step. So I want to see every liquidity part that there are cells accurate, or are still people that were shorting from up here that are accurate. I want to see it get breached completely. As long as we're not at all-time high or breach it, I still won't go for higher than all-time high. If we do breach all-time high, then I would say that we can go up much higher. But as long as we are still in the retracement of a down movement, I need to see it get breached. As long as we don't breach it, it's still possible that we can come back down. So as long as we don't breach all-time high, there is always a possibility that we could change direction again. Because we are actually, if you watch the daily now, if you zoom this out, look, we actually had a complete retracement of this gap now. So we have actually of this V shape, we have a complete movement. We still have here all-time highs. We did not sweep it the last time, but now we're at this high up here. So as long as we don't sweep these highs and get to that all-time high, there is still a possibility that we come down. So whenever we do sweep the highs, then we have the continuation movement. As long as we do not, this is just the retracement of this downward movement. Always see it that way. So wait until you want to predict the market that wants to go up higher, above all-time highs. As long as it's not hit at all-time highs, I would not say that yet. I've seen it happen that when it does not just comes near all-time high, it retraces back down. So I would wait until we hit all-time high to say it. But if we watch overall markets and see what the companies within the Nasdaq do, they actually are very bullish. So there is a big possibility that we will hit it. But I will never say that unless we actually do hit it.
I think what we talked about too is like there's been some talk that's going around where people think that because we're going to hit all-time highs that it's just going to tank again, like 2020 or something like that.
Oh, not gonna happen.
I don't think that's necessarily ever going to be the case. If anything, we always come back to 4-hour gaps or 1-hour gaps, but once liquidity is filled, then it's just going to pump. And sometimes it may have to, go through a few gaps. So like the fair value gaps for recession, you may not have the volume as it would be.
Yeah, agree.
But as far as retracement, but yeah, I think we're just going to keep making new highs.
Yeah.
News goes out there and we do almost like that tank view and things like that. So I don't think we're going to do that.
News is out there only to make you to mess with your mind. So to make sure that you hear different stuff that you actually need to be hearing. So what's news for is actually to disinform you from what actually really happening. So if I see in the news centers of Belgium, I don't even call them news centers, but okay, for people that are not that far in information yet. So if I see people talk about in Holland and Belgium, they call it, and they selling crypto hugely, I'm selling my cryptos to those people because these are getting informed then that they need to buy it right now. And normally we have actually a month and a half, then the time to sell to them. And afterwards, they will have a nice retracement. And then we can rebuy when they are selling again. When people are telling us, oh, we're going very low, okay, then we have to rebuy. So if everybody is telling that we will have retracement, I'm not believing it. If everybody is telling we go to all-time high, I have a hard time believing it too. So I am being patient until we are there. I'm not here to predict where the market goes. I'm here just to follow along with the market what it tells me. So that's something I've learned along the way too, because I used to want to protect, say before it happened, where the market would want to go. Now I actually don't. I just follow along with the market and just enjoy the ride and take a small uh, partial of profits of the entire move actually.
dropped like it has a few months ago. I think that was because of the tariff, the issue that was having. But I think they just said on the news the other day that they made a bunch of money in Europe and packages. So China just made a deal in Europe talking about making Europe. So I think the tariff scary. I don't know.
Actually, that dump was pre-registered and you just need liquidity. I don't believe that had anything to do with news. Not at all. It's nah, nothing had to do for me. It's the same like nobody knew, but when COVID struck, we had all the lows forever. So it's not because the media says something that does always what it wants to do, and it does have a few influences, but actually those are people that are not good informed most of the times. But I actually believe that every movement of the market is pre-set. These people have way too much money in this, so I'm 100% sure that the people that candles or charts that they actually have a hand in it and exactly know where the market will go before they ever does. We can only follow the big movements, and big movements are actually huge candles. So if you see a 4-hour candle that's hugely print, you can believe that those are people with a lot of money. We cannot even move the candle like one tick with all of us combined. We cannot even move the candle with one tick. So you need a whole lot of capital to move it 20, 60, 80 points. And if we see an opening range, we can see it move 100 points. So 100 points, people, this is a huge amount of money that goes in here. You would be
Move that maybe shit though. I've seen that.
Yeah.
we moved that maybe shit. What do you mean by that? I wasn't following.
They stopped.
Oh yeah. I'm in it. I staked mine.
You know, Casper, I feel like he dumped that shit on us for sure.
I'm not sure he's still in it, but I believe he was. I can
Definitely was doing it, bro. He was chilling.
I can ask him if he still has it. I can contact him directly if I want to. So at this point, it looks like we're having a very slow movement, and it's not easy for us to get above this liquidity. So there is a lot of uncertainty at this point, but let the market do its thing. If we do not move any direction in the next 3 minutes, I will just end the stream if nobody has any questions left. Like I said, if we do hit the orb range one more time, I will decrease 2 contracts, so take 2 off, maybe 3 if you want to be 100% sure. And all the rest, I will just let it run. If we do not hit my orb range, I will just let it run to TP and see what happens. If you did take some profits and you took some wins already before I end the stream, please add them to Wall of Gains. It's good that people know that these streams do help sometimes. If you enjoy the streams, I'm happy that I can be of some value for all of you. And for everybody that's new in here and you want to help me out a little bit, you can always subscribe to my channel. I see we are now in 714, so I'm up 40 people, so I'm happy. Sorry. Yeah, somebody put something and I just moved to it and it started blabbering. Yeah, somebody, if he joins it, it always happens like this. Remind me of the V-shaped recovery from March 2020. Yeah. That was nice. Somebody just entered an order. Somebody just wanted shorting here. So watch the 1 hour, people. So look, you can actually see how beautiful this still looks. This is still very bullish, not because we just took some part of liquidity. We definitely can go higher. So the next hour, well, what can happen now? So the first thing that can happen is that we close off this 1 hour gap that we created. We have 1 hour just below it. The 4 hour still has 2 hours in it, so it looks like it wants to go very bullish at this point. So let it do its thing. Yeah, sometime mine does too. So by this, I will end the stream. It's 10 o'clock. I'm on 2 hours now. I will see you all back on Mondays, of course. I will not stream Saturdays and Sundays. It's not much point of it anyway. Market ain't open. So if you make some gainings and you are now in profit, let the trade do its thing and don't take another trade until we are in New York session. Always be happy with what you made and never go directly back in a trade. It's something you all need to learn. So once we took a win or not win, be happy with what you made. If it's good or not good, it doesn't matter. Just be happy. You took a trade. It went great. If you followed all your rules, that's all what actually is needed to do. If you did not follow your rules, then you have some work, of course, to do. That means that you did take a trade outside your own rule book. And if you don't have any rules yet, send me a DM. I can help you with that too. I can set up some preset rules that you can always take trades when you want to. But you do need to follow those rules, of course. Being patient in trading is very important. But for that, I will end it. And I will say, I wish you all a very great weekend and see you all back on Mondays. Enjoy. Same here. I will end the stream for today. So if we do hit our warp range on YouTube, I will definitely get it out. Otherwise, it will hit my TP. We will see what happens in a few minutes or hours. See you all back on Mondays. I will be back. Maybe I'll do a Sunday stream over crypto for once more. That would be a great thing to do too. And otherwise, see you all back. Thank you for watching and being here. I much appreciate it. If you do want to join the community and Discord, there is a link in it. If you ever want to use bulenox, you can also use my discount link. It's always better to pay less than more, of course. They're even cheaper than Top Step at this point. So enjoy, be well, and see you back on Monday.